Hey everyone, it's Brianna Estrella, and I am back with the scrapbook process video for scrapbooking cards today, and I'm so excited for this layout. This is for a layout that is featured in the spring-summer issue 2025, and it's for the 3 I's, Ideas, Insights, and Inspiration, and it is featuring my favorite memory, and I am going to be using the Toddler Time collection from 49 and Market. And I love this collection. I am so grateful that I currently have a toddler that I can document, and this collection is perfect. And of course, I have 2 older sons, and I can go back through their toddler photos and use them, but it's also fun that I have some current photos of my girl that are on my desk right now. I have 3 different photos. So now I am documenting my favorite memory. It could have been any memory from 20 years ago, or last week, or last summer. I chose last year. This was our first summer here at the base that we are stationed at in California, and it was a hot one. We were stationed in Louisiana prior to that, so we are used to hot summers, but it was exceptionally hot and dry because we are out in the desert. So we did spend a lot of mornings outside and playing and running in the grass, and I just snapped these photos of my daughter, and so yeah, and they are so cute. And when I do pick my photos for a collection, I do always have some kind of intention with my colors, or I try to match, and my daughter's outfit just happens to be in like a light blue and a little bit of orange, like a lace around her outfit, so it was perfect for this collection. All right, so anyways, I am trimming down some of the pattern papers in this collection. I did pick a few from the coordinating cardstock. I have like this light blue and then this like a darker denim paper. I don't end up using the lighter blue, but I do end up pulling that same color in just a second. But I am going to have a piece of white basil cardstock as my base, but I am going to mat it with a few of the pattern papers as well as that darker denim. So I have the darker denim trimmed down. I believe I took an inch off, and then the green one, I think it was 3/4 of an inch, and then the white one I trimmed off 1.5 inches from 2 sides. So that way they were all perfect squares, but the white had that green mat and then the darker denim mat, but then you can see that lovely pattern from the Toddler Time collection in the back, and it's got like little icons and words, and it's just so fun. This collection is just so fun with really fun icons. There's dogs, there's like sheep, there's cows. It's a lot of fun, and it definitely has a vintage vibe, and I love working with vintage collections. I think it's a lot of fun. Okay, and I keep saying that, a lot of fun, but it is, I swear, I promise. All right, so I did distress the edges of all my papers, and then I am going to adhere them down. So you can just see a little bit of those colors just peeking out, and I love that. I love that it has some contrast, but it allows the white paper to pop, and then you'll see why I chose a white base, because I am going to be using quite a few of the rub-on transfers from this collection. 49 and Market has amazing rub-ons. They go on like butter. They are fantastic for layering, and that's what I'm doing here. So it gives you an opportunity to have mixed media on your layouts or projects without having to get messy, because a lot of the rub-ons that 49 and Market release with their collections have some sort of mixed media rub-ons. So there's usually about like a page of them, and you're able to achieve the mixed media look without getting messy. All right, so here is where I pull in that light blue. I wanted light blue because of the sky and because of my daughter's little romper. So that's where I pulled it in here. And I am glad that I had the darker denim on my foundation, because I felt like it, I don't know, I wanted it to have that more of a contrast and a darker look on the outside. So I am glad that I chose the lighter blue to mat my photos. Okay, so here I am going through, like I said, so in their collections, they usually release like at least 1 page of like a mixed media look rub-on, and that's what we're looking at here. So these look like actual pieces of lace, and I love them. Oh my gosh, I love them. And like I said, my daughter has some orange in her outfit, so I definitely had to use the orange piece. And what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of adding some pencil lines as to where I wanted to put my photos so I can keep in mind the placement of my rub-ons. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this large lace piece down, and then I am using a Teflon bone folder to apply the rub-on. And honestly, you could use your finger, you could use a ruler, like a flower, one of the roller ball things, anything that you have, because these are so easy to apply. You hardly need a lot of pressure. And it's just, yeah, I mean, look, it's just beautiful, and it creates a lovely foundation, like I said. And I love layering. I think I've said this, if you follow me or if you read my blogs or watch my videos on my YouTube channel, I say it a lot. I love to layer, and using rub-ons creates an extra layer. And you can even just put them, not on just on your background is what I'm trying to say. You can even put them on your photos. If you have some like white space in your photos, you can put them down. I did off camera, I don't know if I left the footage in, I did try to put one on my larger photo, but it was too big. So hopefully I can do that in the future. I love to put rub-ons on photos. I think it's just another layer of fun. So I've put quite a few on. I did cut some footage out because it was just me basically, finding different ones to rub on and what would look good with my photos. It was just me back and forth putting my photos on and trying to see which ones would look good and would peek out, and if I needed certain colors on, different sections of my design. I wanted my colors to be evenly distributed and everybody to have a chance. So I have some yellows, I have some darks, some light blues, that orange, I've got some green. I did add those adorable little orange dog silhouettes down at the bottom, because in a few of the photos, one, you can see one of my dogs in the background, and then one, she's cut off on my larger one, but that's our dog, Luna. She's a corgi. So Annie definitely has some playmates during the day. She loves our dogs. So when we're outside playing, our dogs are too. So they definitely had to be represented here in this photo, especially for my favorite memory, because they love to run around and see what she's up to. All right, so I did layer some tags, excuse me, behind, I'm so sorry, behind my photos, and I added some doodlebug twine through them. It's just white twine, and then I am going to add some foam tape, and I'm going to pop all my photos up on dimension. So I am layering my photos. I am going through this phase where I have like a larger photo followed by a couple smaller ones, or maybe one large photo and one small photo. I just think it adds so much more to my pages when they're, different photos. And then I also like to have, or different sizes, I should say. But then I also like to have a series of photos, like where you snap them, one right after the other, and then document them. A lot of times, my daughter isn't looking at the camera because in this photo, she's, a little over a year. So she wasn't at the age where, stop and smile for mom. She's on the go. She was walking on her own and just basically runs. And so whatever I get. And that's what I document. So a lot of the time she's not looking, or she's walking away or running. And honestly, I love those photos just as much as I love the ones where she's smiling, because, every photo tells a story, whether she's looking at me or not. And so when I look at the ones where she's running away, it makes me think, she's gaining, being independent and having a lot of fun. So yeah. Anyway, so this was my favorite memory. It was just our first summer back home in California. All right, so I have quite a few embellishments pulled out. I have the sweetest phrase that was from the die cut ephemera pack, and then I have a bunch of laser cut elements, and I also did pull a few more of the die cut pieces as well, and I have those set aside. So all I'm doing is I'm just building my clusters and tucking and layering some florals and seeing what works. You just watched me tuck in different things. What's great about having a cluster of photos is it naturally creates little nooks and crannies for your embellishments and places for you to tuck in, and it just comes together pretty organically, and it just works. You just start shoving things here and there and adding foam tape to make sure everything's sturdy. But yeah, this is one of my favorite parts. I think, like everybody else, of creating a page is embellishing, and especially when it's with a beautiful collection that you enjoy working with, and you're feeling completely inspired by all of the beautiful icons and pieces in a collection, as well as your photos too. It's just, I don't know, I think, scrapbooking for me is such a creative outlet. And while I'm not able to get in my room as much as I used to be a couple of years ago, I still, even if it's late at night, find, a comfort sitting at my desk and creating. So I'm tucking in some flowers. I've got some bits and pieces of that dark pink. You can see the yellow florals as well as the teal ones. I've got some great coverage. I am adding these butterflies. I did hit a little snag with the blue butterfly. He's kind of facing to the left. So you see me kind of hem and haw about where I'm going to place him. And it actually goes, I think I actually put it at the top is where I end up going. Or where it ends up going. See, I tried it there and it just wasn't working for me. I didn't like it. It went up at the top right. Or kind of in the middle, I should say. And it's fine. It might not be my favorite placement for it, but it's okay when I keep looking at it. And this adorable little girl from this collection reminds me of my Annie. So she's going on there as well as this little dog. Even though it's not a corgi, it still represents our dogs, in my opinion. So, this collection is so playful. It's so fun. And I love a 49 Market bow from the Laser Cut Elements pack. Give me all of them. Anytime there's bows in that pack, or packs I should say, I'm adding them to my pages. I don't care. I love them and they are so magical. I love those laser cut elements, especially because they're excuse me, not so thick, and since they're so thin, you can add so many to your page. All right, so I'm going to finish my layout with some of these wishing, I think they're bubbles and baubles. I think that's what they're called. They're just epoxy stickers. And so I'm just going to sprinkle those around my page. And I am going to also add some, I think it's Jen Hadfield's gold ink spray. And unfortunately, I don't think it's available. This is something that I've had in my stash for quite some time. And I'm so sorry. And I do add some gold spray, like I said, just splatters of it to finish it off. But yeah, I love how this layout turned out. Hopefully I've given you some inspiration to document one of your favorite memories, whether it be last year, last week, or 10 years ago. I really enjoyed putting this together, and this collection, of course, is fantastic. So thank you so much for watching. Here is a close-up. I'm going to pull the layout up to the camera to give you a sneak peek at all the layers, close-up of the rub-ons, and I'll just show you here in just a second. Here is that gold spray that I love. I have quite a few gold sprays in my stash that I just hoard. I think this one, I think I have some Heidi Swap Color Shine that I've hoarded for years, and then of course some shimmers, and then I think I have some Nuvo mist as well. But here is an up-close shot. You can see the gold splatters, the layers from the foundation. I've got the rub-ons that you see, the laser cut elements, my 3 photos, and and that twine. So thank you again for watching, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.